Good morning and welcome. Welcome to CSL Greater Boston. I'm Gina. I'm the spiritual director here at Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Boston, and I am blessed to be here live in Medford, Massachusetts, in our beloved community, knowing that there is only one. So, wherever you are watching, so grateful that you are here. Thank you. Thank you for being here within and celebrating with our beloved community. And today we have a fun topic. It's something that I know so many of us could use, especially me. It's one of those that I'm really, as I went through the material this week, it was just speaking to me more and more. Today's topic is being more than doing. How often do we forget who and whose we really are and what we're really here for? How often do we get caught up in all the things to do that we become a human doing, not a human being? So today we're going to talk about that and how to live in a different way, to just be more present, more mindful, and appreciate where we are and knowing that we're exactly where we need to be, especially when we're at play or in rest. So we're going to begin with our morning prayer. So that's the song that we're going to begin with by Karen Drucker.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free, as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. and will surrender every moment, every day.
That song is actually my alarm clock every morning. It reminds me to give each day to Spirit. And as we begin today, let's center ourselves in this place, in this moment, knowing that all is well. So we take a breath in and recognize that that breath, that is Spirit, right here, right now. Where I am, where each one is, that is Spirit, because there is nowhere Spirit is not. And in this moment, I recognize that all is as it is meant to be. Regardless of what I see or think about, the truth is, Spirit's got this. And I know that this message, this gathering, this day is all divinely guided, guarded, and governed. That the flow of life itself is in the hands of divine, and that it is good. I let go of all lesser thoughts. I let go of all the have-tos, need-tos, should-have, would-have, could-haves, and I am fully present in this moment where all power is. So I am so grateful to be in the one power, knowing that it unfolds perfectly as this beautiful gathering this morning. For there is only one, therefore all are together. And in that divine knowing, I celebrate it. I give thanks for it. I say amen and blessed be. And together we say, and so it is. And I'd love to share with you, this morning I'm going to share with you, actually I have three short poems that I want to share with you that are all on this topic. And the first this morning that I have is called Morning Dew. Darkness fades away, the dawning of a new day. Dew fills the cool air, the morning sun is near. Just woke refreshed, for with this day I am blessed. Familiar scent of coffee helps me open my eyes as I sit and begin to recognize. Pondering the day ahead, my intentions are joy, not dread. I try not to stall and muddle along, or allow my mood to be low to block its flow. For when I anxiously await the day's song, it is unlikely for things to go wrong. I know I have the power to create through this day what will be my fate. Regardless of the list to do or the places to go, I decide the path and the day I go through. So sipping slowly upon my cup, I choose to reverently look up. I thank Divine for this glorious new day and the many blessings that have already come my way. With gratitude abound for all I have been given in this life I am blessed to live in. It is from this place of love and grace that I begin this day, not in a race, but filled with grace. For all that is meant of me will get done, with the strongest intention for it to be fun. For when I remember the sole point of life is joy, I am anchored in truth and need not compete for more. The one thing I clearly see is that this day is truly up to me. So should at any moment it appear to have gone wrong, I guide myself back to this morning's song. So simply put, I give to thee the best that is within me. Then without doubt I know I will see all the beauty that this day is meant to be. So knowing that and allowing just the unfolding, the perfect unfolding, to be in that flow. We're going to play one more song by Karen Drucker that we're going to be gentle with ourselves. So as we walk into this gathering, as we're in this place of peace and understanding that it's about being as much as doing, let's be gentle with ourselves.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child. And I hold myself myself like a newborn baby child. And I love myself like a newborn baby child.
And we love ourselves as a newborn baby child. That's what is our job to do. So today we are going to talk about being more than doing. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? You know, I am one of those people that is much like this the picture that we have here, the little meme. Come on, inner peace. I don't have all day. How many of us have tried that? Almost like the drive through for spirituality, wondering why it's not here, but I am not taking the time to really still. I'm wondering, is it there yet? Is it there yet? Is it there yet? And Brene Brown says it takes courage to say yes, to rest and play in a culture where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol. How many of us, that is our experience of life, that there just seems like so much to do? Well, Ernest Holmes says in our Declaration of Principles, we believe in the unity of all life and that the highest good, the highest God, and the innermost God is one. And that we believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature. Again, through our intuitive and spiritual nature. And that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. So, spirit is where I am, but it's the indwelling. Am I remembering that, or am I getting caught up in and of the world? And life can be and feel overwhelming. You know, we live, Western culture tells us that we don't have enough time for any of it. So are we caught up in the story, or are we revealing the truth? Are we stilling ourselves to be in that place of choice? I have a poem that's called Be Still. How can I relax when I have so much to do? I sit and try, but there's so much my head races to. The house, the kids, the job, oh, and me too. So much to get to. How can I not do? Peace surrounds me. My body is still. Yet I watch the clock waiting for the meditation to be through. I started with the will to sit and be still. Yet another thing to do. I became more willing, allowing the stillness to come through. I now surrender and look forward to truth. For in the stillness, I am inspired. In these moments are where I am guided to what to do. So it's that be still and know. And, you know, we are meant to be more than do. But when we're referred to as consumers in a society of bigger, better, faster, more, how do you do that? How is it that you get yourself out of the mode of the outer and come back to the inner? And the answer is practice. That's I wish there was a shortcut. I wish there was, you know, just like that lemur, like inner peace is here now. It is here, but I must reveal it. And I didn't know what it was for most of my life. And it takes what it takes to get there. Tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. And that's a Chinese proverb. You know, There's that old, adage that the busy people must be the ones that get everything done. And sometimes they are, and if you want to get something done, give it to someone who's already busy, that's already doing a lot, because we figure out how to get things done. But getting things done is not what living is about. It's just simply being in that rat race. I was at the gym one time and I'm seeing all these people on a treadmill. And it just hit me that literally there's an entire row of people that are, yes, taking care of themselves. I'm not saying it in a negative way, but literally on the hamster wheel of life. Literally, hamsters on a wheel spinning around and around and around. And it hit me as an analogy for life itself. How many times do we do just that? Do we spin in our own place? We go to the job, we come home, we drop the kids off, we go to the job, we pick the kids up, we start dinner, we get up, we get exhausted, try to keep the house straight, get the laundry done, do whatever we have to do along the way, and then start all over again. And that cycle is a dangerous thing. There's so much more to life than the doing. Rest is not this optional leftover activity. Work and rest are actually partners. They are like different parts of a wave. You can't have the high without the low. The better you are at resting, the better you will be at working. Elia Cooks Campbell. So by refreshing ourselves, it gives us the opportunity to reset. Have you ever have too many applications open on a computer? I do this all the time, and I wonder why it slows down. I will literally have 4 browsers going, not just applications, browsers with 5 tabs to 10 tabs apiece, and I'm wondering why things are slowing down. And eventually it catches up, but the computer just is like, that's it. And there's this, it halts, it freezes. And at some points, I've actually had to shut the whole thing down and start again because it wasn't hearing it. It just wasn't hearing it. How many times in my life do I do that exact same thing? The browsers are all open and I'm looking at all the things that need to be done. And I go to that and I'll go to that. And oh yeah, I have to do that too. And my mind starts spinning and I'm not present where I am. So I can force things to happen, and I have most of my life. I've done that. It has to get done, and I make it happen. Or I can be in the flow. Now, the flow is divine working through and as me and makes it easy. The first song we listened to was I Surrender to My Greatest, Highest Good. That's the flow. My greatest, highest good. Or being gentle with myself. That is the greatest, highest good. It's being in the flow. The best of me is when I am in that place, simply allowing life to live through me. It means I'm attracting everything that I need. It means that I know that Spirit's got this day and I am allowing for it. I'm enjoying life itself. That's living. It's not because I went on a vacation. It may just be because I'm present. It may be because I centered and did my spiritual practices in the morning. When I start my day centered and I surrender it and I say, okay, there's something bigger than me that works for me. What's better than that? We get the opportunity to be in that place of knowing that Spirit is for me. Ernest Holmes said, life will become one grand song when we realize that since God is for us, none can be against us. We shall cease merely to exist, and we shall live. It doesn't say when I get that done or when I've accomplished this. Well, when I've gotten that promotion. It doesn't say when I've met the right person or lost all the weight that I think I need to or all the other things happen. Then life will work for me. all of those things happen because I'm allowing life to live through me in amazing ways. We talked last week about the benefits of laughter. And there's so much good there. There's so many benefits to being in that place of it relaxes the body. And it's not just laughter that does that. These are things that it gives you an opportunity to live better when you take that time and live in that flow and joy of life. You actually live longer, diffuses anger and conflict. It boosts your immune system. You burn calories from it. There's so much good that happens. And I also talked last week about the blessings on the on on that court of life. When some of us when we were kids, I know for me, the clothesline was that place, you'd hang your clothes out. Think about all those tools and all those good things hanging out in the clothesline. And every time I focus there, I get hope. I get my burdens lifted because I put the heavy stuff out there. I put the anger, the resentment, I put the frustration, I put the worry and the concern. All those things I give to spirit. Aren't they above my pay grade? I look at the world today and I look at what's going on in Ukraine, and it's overwhelming. You see some of these pictures and videos, and I have to tell you, I was at one point sobbing this week, literally sobbing, when I watched the address to Congress. I couldn't, my senses, it was more than I could take. And the answer for me personally isn't not look. I don't get caught up in it. I'm not staying in it. I'm not watching it all day long, as I have in the past at times gotten caught up in. But I need to know what I'm praying for. I need to know what my truth is. And I watch and I see. And then I go into prayer. I give it over to divine. I don't ignore it, but I also don't take it on as if I'm wearing it as clothing. It is not my garment. It is not weighing me down for life. It is knowing it, and purposely I go into prayer and know truth. That one mind, I declare it. I know that I have the opportunity to be the change I wish to see in the world. I have the opportunity to lift myself and others, or not. But I have to consciously make that choice. It doesn't just happen. It's not an accident. We have to choose or not. And we have to be at our best in order to do that. I don't know about you, but if I've had a long day and I am in that place of depletion, and if so much has happened, someone says something, I'm going to react. And I'm not necessarily going to be reacting in the way that I normally would. I get snappy. Everybody has that point that you just get past the point of. And there's some ways that we can go within throughout a day, throughout a week, that help us to not get snappy. We see our car has a gas tank. We won't even go into gas prices. That's not where I was going, but I'm sure there were a few that were triggered by that. So we're not talking about that because there's infinite supply. Spirit has infinite supply. Therefore, I am not in lack. And when I remember that my money and resources, there is enough. That the truth is that Spirit is providing for me in abundance when I remember and I attract it. But when I look at my gas gauge, if it's low, I know that I need to go to the gas station. I need to fill up a gas tank. And thankfully, we have the ability to do that. They're all around us. Where I live in the city, they're, at every corner. So I am blessed to be able to have the knowing that when that gauge says that it's on E or leaning that way, before I get on a highway, go get gas. Simple enough. Wouldn't it be amazing if our body had that gauge? If when, we looked in the mirror, we could say, okay, the gauge is here. It's time to rest now. But see, the funny thing is, the body does have it. We just aren't paying attention. When be still and know means be still and you will know. That gauge is there. Spirit tells us when it's time to rest. We know when we're depleted. We know when we're consciously, we've had enough. But are we paying attention to it? See, the best of me only comes when I am rested. And rest doesn't mean just sleeping. Rest doesn't mean, okay, I physically can't do anymore. It's time to close my eyes. There's different types of rest. And, we're meant to be in that place of different types of rest. There's the physical rest. Those are the naps. It could be yoga. Okay, there's different things that we can do to physically rest our body. There's mental rest, where we're playing our favorite music or positive affirmations. It could be playing a game. It could be, I don't know about you, but I play Words with Friends sometimes, or whatever the different games on the phone may be. There's emotional rest, where you share your emotions with someone you love. I know for me, I have a prayer partner that I talk to in the mornings. And this is someone that knows me, and it's a sacred, safe space for me to really be in touch with how I'm feeling. That's emotional rest. Hopefully, maybe you have a partner or a friend that is in this place for you. There is social rest, where you restore yourself by talking to friends and people that make you happy. Whether you're going out for dinner, whether you're going to a concert, and we get to do that again. We get to be social again. The weather is getting warmer. We get to be social. So for all that we didn't get a chance to do, we get a chance to now. Creative rest, taking a break creatively. So maybe you're an artist. Maybe you love to, you're a musician. I know for me, I make jewelry and I make, play with my beads, and that makes me happy. Where is your creativity? Whatever that may be. Maybe you're a poet. Maybe it could be anything at all. Where do you fly internally when you're being creative? And of course, spiritual rest, which is why we're here right now. That's meditation or being in spiritual community. And a beloved community is an amazing gift, because everything that came before it doesn't matter. Everything that's coming forward from it doesn't matter. It allows me to be out of the mode of running, and it lets me be present right here and right now in an environment with people that help raise my vibration. They're people that aren't looking for something from me, but simply to love me and appreciate. When I walk into, it's a feeling. It's like when it's a hot summer day and you jump in the pool and it's perfect. Only it's emotionally, it's spiritually lifts us up. Being around like-minded spiritual people, that's what it feels like. It's a loving thing. It's also can be done from home, from anywhere we are. And one of the things that really is unfortunate is that we get this idea that I have to go somewhere. It has to be hours. Well, I don't have hours to go on a retreat. You don't have to do a retreat. You can take 5 minutes. I don't care if it's 3 minutes. If you're having a really tough day, go in the bathroom stall at work and just allow spirit to be there with you as you. Simply center with who and whose you are. Let go of the stories that you may have told yourself in the past. And don't force the day. Don't keep making it get bigger or uglier or whatever it may be. Be where you are. It is so important that we remember that everything is a choice. When employers don't prioritize inner work and rest, their teams are prone to stagnation, burnout, and high turnover. Elia Cooks Campbell. So you'll be at work, but are you your best? Are you giving it everything you have? Inventors often take quick naps. Thomas Jefferson used to take naps all the time at work because he'd wake up with the answers. Because in our subconscious, we already know. If you're in stress mode, just doing, and checking things off the list, you're not going to be good with your significant other, your kids, your family, and your friends. You tend to have a shorter fuse. You don't see the big picture. And that happens so often. And it's important that we remember. And that's Ruben Naiman that said that. And the last one was from the Kripalu. It said practices like the relaxation response, yoga, and meditation lower the heart rate, blood pressure, and oxygen consumption, and alleviate high blood pressure, arthritis, insomnia, depression, infertility, cancer, and anxiety. The spiritual benefits of resting are profound. Think about that. Look at that list. High blood pressure, arthritis, insomnia, depression, infertility, cancer, and anxiety. So pretty much everything can be made better simply by resting. And again, it can be 10 minutes. I worked somewhere that for years I would just work through lunch because there was so much to do. It didn't mean that I got it done by working through lunch. It felt like I was responsible for working. So I worked through lunch because there was a lot to do. And the truth is, I didn't even know there was a beautiful park less than a mile away down the street. 3 years I worked at this place and never knew this state park with a beach, with the ocean, which I love, was around the corner, that I could have watched any time. I could have gone to any day, and I didn't even know it. So when I realized that, and I got that mental click that said, well, I'm telling people to do this every day. Why am I not doing it? I bought myself a little bottle of bubbles, and I went to the ocean and I blew bubbles at the ocean, because there is nothing that makes me feel better, short of my grandchildren, than blowing bubbles at the ocean. I share that. I won't lie. They have their own bubbles. I don't necessarily share mine, but I make sure they have theirs. So have fun and be a kid, and remember that you get a choice. Life is not supposed to be heavy does it. It's easy does it. This month we are reminded that we accomplish more in the flow of life than we do by trying to force or coerce anything out of it. Mark Twain said, dance like no one is watching, sing like no one is listening, love like you have never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. Because it is. Life is lived in moments. It's not about days, weeks. It's moments. And those moments build. There is no happy ending until there's a switch in the story. So what are you waiting for? It doesn't just happen on its own. You have the opportunity to choose what it is and how it is that you want to live. Richard Rohr said, like any true mirror, the gaze of God receives us exactly as we are, without judgment or distortion, subtraction or addition. Such perfect receiving is what transforms us. Being totally received as we truly are is what we long for in our lives. All we can do is receive and return the loving gaze of God every day. And afterwards, we will be internally free and deeply happy at the same time. So we must go within. Being happy includes being happy with ourselves. And the most important part of that is knowing that you're enough. Not because you did enough, but because you were born enough. You get to be here and choose what it is that you do. You get to be in that place of wonder or not. You can be in the to-do list or you can be present. But oftentimes you can't be at both at the same time. You have to choose. And it's spiritual practices that keep us in line. I always talk about the rumble strip of life. And that rumble strip is about emotions. How am I feeling? I also call it a checkup from the neck up. I love that term because it reminds me, this is the bad neighborhood that I have to watch out for. It's nothing out there. This is the worst neighborhood that I can get caught up in. And we get a choice of how we deal with whatever that may be or look like. Ernest Holmes said, spiritual experience comes in the stillness of the soul when the outer voice is quiet. It is a quickening of the inner to an eternal reality. My favorite book by Ernest Holmes is this thing called You. It is a love letter from Spirit. It is the beloved speaking to its beloved. And if you haven't gotten it, I encourage you to pick it up again and read it again. In nowhere, shape, or form in that book does it say you need to do this much for Spirit to be happy with you. At no point does Spirit give us any to-do list. When we go within, it's not out there. We live out there and we're distracted by out there, especially in Western culture, by what we accomplish. Therefore, we're worth something. It's not by what you do, it's by who you are. Imagine the society that we would live in if we spent more time paying attention to who we really are and what we choose to say, do, and be in the world than what we think we need to accomplish. So it's a choice that we have, and I encourage you to practice that. And we can learn from the masters, because animals and children know when they're tired, they rest. They know. Dogs and cats will stay around all day just resting, waiting for us to get there. Put all that heavy stuff on that clothesline and send it away. And take the good stuff. Take the good stuff that you choose to. And the last song that the last poem that I want to share with you today is Learning to Listen. Life's hustle and bustle is all I ever knew. Endless days and tasks never through. I was living in chaos, my mind spinning all through, with constant disruptions, so much not gotten to. There must be more than muddling through, I would often ask, as the time passed overdue. Simply be and not do began to ring through, striking me with fear of all still to do. Meditation was just another thing to do, let alone learn how to. Silently, still. Not prayer, which is talking to, but listening and allowing divine to ring through. Quiet can be deafening when you're used to rushing through. Stillness can be maddening when you're used to charging through. A bit at a time, I sat practicing no thought. Slowly, I allowed it to settle my self-talk. So short and sweet or long and profound, it is not about time, but consciously settling down. For it is only in this blessed silence that divine can be found. So I thank you for being here with us this morning for this message. And I appreciate you being here with us, whether it's at home, whether it's in person. It is all community because we are all truly one. And at this time, it is time for the law of circulation. Giving absolutely activates receiving. So if you have felt spiritually fed by our message today, we invite your financial support, and I invite you to say with me our sacred giving affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And I am so grateful to have had this opportunity today. And I wanted to just mention that there are different ways. If you've been spiritually fed, please remember that you can do PayPal, which is CSL Boston, and the address is right there. The email address is there. You can screenshot it if you need to, or even that scanner takes you right to ours as well. And you can go on our website, sign up for our newsletter, and you can get all the information you need right there. We also do text to give. We are here sharing good news because of people like you. So I thank you for supporting us in that way, allowing us to bring more joy and pauses to the world. So thank you for that. And we are also on New Thought Media Network. We are global. 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We are on New Thought Media Network. And the last announcement that I have, I'm very excited about. Next weekend, we have Elaine Blaze, who is amazing and so much fun. She's a life coach and author and motivational speaker, and she's going to be sharing her book and her workshop on three secrets to a kick-ass life. I love it. And I have worked with her, and Elaine is wonderful, and I'm excited for her to be here. So join us, whether it's in person or via Zoom. Join us next week. And again, you can find the information on our website, which is cslboston.org. So thank you for being here with us today. And before we go into our last song, I want to just do a treatment. I'd love for us to close with knowing truth and being centered in that place of knowing. So taking a breath and being right here and right now, I invite you, as long as you're not driving, I invite you to close your eyes and just be present in the presence. I know that there is only one power, one presence, one love, one life. And I know that this one is exactly where I am. It is exactly where each one is. This one is the all in and as all, the Alpha and the Omega and everything in between. This one is omniscient, omnipresent, and opulent. It is that springtime outside that's beginning to bud. It is that beautiful moon that we had this past weekend, this beautiful full moon for the equinox. It is the all in all. And I know that this beauty, this harmony, this love is all that there is. Therefore, I am that I am presence. I am that joy, that love, that peace and harmony. And as I know it of me, I know it of each one. Each one is an individualized expression of love and life. Each one is spirit incarnated, the beloved of the beloved. And knowing that truth, abundance is the infinite birthright. And I claim it right here and right now. I let go of any thoughts of to do. I let go of the bigger, better, faster, more. And I allow that force to be let go into the freedom and the flow of life itself. I am in and as that divine flow. I am the place where Spirit shows up today. And I know that each one is that divine presence. I do stand for that freedom, that love, that light, and I honor it. I call it forth. I know that that one mind that has the answers to everything is my mind, is in the mind of each one. And I call forth the light, the truth, the peace, that each leader is guided, that each one is guarded. I call for freedom. I call for peace. I call for the perfect blanket of love and divine support to blanket around our planet, our world. That each one knows they are loved. Each one is provided for in amazing ways. And I expect miracles. I know that this week I am fully present. That it is easy to see my busyness scale, just like it is to see when my car needs more gas. I know when I need to refuel myself with rest. I know when I need to be still and know. I watch out for that rumble strip of life, and I live in the flow, the joy, the ease of goodness, in that divine grace. And I call that birthright forth for each one, and I celebrate it. So knowing this in the one mind, I give it to the law to be the doer. I let it be easy. I let it go, and I set it free in full gratitude and thanksgiving. I say amen and blessed be. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for being in this flow. And I invite you to play more, to be still and know more, to rest. You have absolutely got full permission to be gentle with yourself and know that all is well, that divine is calling forth that playfulness within you. It is your birthright. It is your glory. So I'm going to play our last song, and I am so thankful to you for being here. And we're going to play Spirit is Alive in Us. Remember, that Spirit is alive in you today. Have fun. It is your birthright. Namaste.
Shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up beyond a hush. Yeah, we feel it, we feel it. Yeah, we see it. Believe it, it's Spirit. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled. Believe reaching out with every touch. Spiritual, the voice in us, rising up beyond